Alright, I'm headed to CKC Asphalt. In this video I'm going to show you a little bit of how to get there because it is a little bit confusing. So there will be some fast forwarding and showing you where the turns are, and hopefully it'll help you not be confused, so hang tight. Alright, here's your first checkpoint that you're on the right path. You can see right there, CKC Moon Pit, turn here. And then we go onto a dirt road. But you're still got a ways to go, so don't think you're almost there. I can't even see the pit from here. We're gonna drive a little ways, and I will tell you, there are a couple spots that you think you maybe could turn, and they are not it. And I'll highlight those to you. So I'm gonna skip ahead to that part. Here's your second checkpoint to know if you're going the right way or not. This is only about a quarter of a mile since I made that right turn off the road. You're gonna go to the left. Once again, there is a sign telling you that you're on the right road headed to CKC. Now we're gonna head down this very bumpy road a ways. Don't go too fast. Don't tear up the trucks and trailers. I think it's like 10 miles an hour tops on this road. So the next thing I want to point out, I've driven about 1.2 miles since that fork, and now I can see the pit, and you'll see this road, and you'll look at it and think that looks like a good way to go in. It is not the entrance. That's not how we get into this pit. Keep going. We've got about another quarter of a mile or so to the entrance we're supposed to take. And the road gets even worse, so slow down even more. You're gonna be going like 5 miles an hour on this section, but it's really short. All right, we've gone that extra little quarter of a mile. You can see this sign right over here pointing us to turn to the left. Let's pull up around this turn. Okay, so first thing to note, there you can see two roads here, and it's deceiving, but this one straight ahead is very steep. So do not go up that one. You go to the left. So you need to be careful when you pull around that you make sure no one's coming down, because if you get stuck here, there's really nothing you can do. So be aware of that. I'm gonna keep pulling up here. I should have also mentioned before I came up here, I put my splitter on because it's steep and it's rocky and dirt. So make sure you got your splitter on. This is like a second gear hill. If you're in an automatic, throw it in manual and just keep it in second gear. Don't risk trying to overdo it on that hill. Depending on how you got to unload, I've got a front unload on my pup I'm gonna do first. So I'm gonna pull around this way. I'll get pulled up here and then I'll show you more. So now I'm unloading, and this will be a little different than my other unloading videos because this place is different. It's a lot older setup. They have two unloading spots. This one here that I'm currently unloading to, they call that the small tank. And then they've got this one here that's their bigger tank over here. It's difficult here because they don't have great equipment for heating and such. And you can see that there's a lot of pipe that's not heated. So when you get here, it's just best to get some help from these guys to get hooked up. You'll probably need to torch the hose to preheat it. And then as you start unloading, it's not a bad idea to keep torching it, especially if you're bringing in a 6434 or other modified oil. It's very hard for oil to get going in pipes that haven't been heated. So we're unloading now, all is going well. That's how you should get started. Okay, I'm almost done unloading. I'm gonna try and stand as far from that generator as I can, but it's hard because it's right next to where we're unloading, but maybe you'll be able to hear me. So one of the most important tips you can do, even though these guys are helping you, in order to make it so that this system doesn't give you problems, when you're done and your hose is jumping and you're ready to unhook, first suggestion I would give you, you close your valve, close your main valve, open your bleeder valve, stay hooked up, and then walk out the hose, meaning lift up the hose so it's higher than the inlet pipe. And as you walk it out, you'll push all that oil into the pipe so it drains out of the hose. And that's important because these guys then come, and when you unhook, they're gonna dump 5 gallons of diesel in that hose. And if it's got asphalt in there, it's hard for 5 gallons to fight, 10 to 20 gallons that's in that line. So walk it out, then put in the diesel, and then they walk out the diesel, and that makes everything so much better. So make sure you do that. Make sure you still clean up the end of the hose, put it where they want you to put it, and that's about it. One last thing I'll throw on here for this hot plant. Now that I'm empty, you're totally fine to go down this steep spot, and I think it's actually recommended. That way, people who are entering the plant can come up the less steep spot. But going down it right now, that's a really steep hill. So, all right, let's get out of here and go home.